I just wanted to explore the local wetlands.
I'll explore your local wetlands.
Government freakers!
Jesus.
The old vet would shout at anyone within earshot. Let me spell it out for you, kid. After all, the site came about right at the time that the birds started dying, crops started wilting, and most recently, a couple of people had gone missing. But I figured if I did get caught trespassing on federal land, it would likely go smoother if I was unarmed. Shit, but if that didn't turn out to be my second biggest mistake of the night. The metal post read, "Warning, if you can read this, you are in range of the anomaly." Good sweet Christ. It looks hungry.
Hello and welcome to another episode of
Ghost Huns. Episode 22.
Is it? I say 22. I never thought we'd do 22
just hit
episodes.
my elbow.
We say it every week. I didn't think we'd do it. How have you been?
Oh, I've been all right.
Yeah?
I've been, what have I been doing? Oh, Christ, I don't know. What have you been doing? Are you okay? Are you well?
I had a horrible gig last night. Oh.
Why? What
Vile.
happened?
I'll say where it is. Can we bleep it out?
Yeah.
It was a fucking
What?
in.
So wait, it's like a corporate thing. They like book you to like do it to a...
No, I mean, I was emceeing it,
Okay.
but it was paid quite well. So I was like, all right, I'll go and do it. And the guy seemed great. He was running it, and it was just the most awful. There was two other comedians. They were going to do half an hour each. The two acts that were on were amazing, and they were like, and like they just couldn't get through it. They were just like, they're about 21, 22 to people. They're fucking children. I didn't realise how childish 22-year-olds are. Well, to be honest, there was this one table of just bellends, and do you know they were the worst kind of bellends because they're not actually being bellends.
What were they
They're
doing?
just joining in, but too much.
Oh, so yeah.
It was fine for me because I just had to go on and MC it, but
Did the other two acts have a
horrible time. They're
Did
just so quiet and like nothing. It was as though you're not there sometimes because then they just chatted to you. I was like, what the fuck? I just wanted to end them all. I wanted them to shuffle off. Not even shuffle. I wanted to like kick them off their mortal coil.
Yeah, yeah.
I hated them all. They were
the
vile.
mortal coil.
But we finished quite early and I left, and then I'm listening to a great audiobook. So I got in the car, put my audiobook on, picked up a wrap of the day from McDonald's, and went to bed. It was quite a lovely evening, actually.
Oh, you turned it around. I hate that, but I guess that's probably because they're not a comedy crowd. They're like, something's going on at the.
Yeah.
We'll
the
just
sad
come
thing
along
was that
and-
half of them wanted it and the other half.
Yes.
But if there's a few people in there that don't want it, it kind of fucking, it's kind of shit.
Yeah, I've had a few gigs. Well, I went to a gig that will remain nameless, where it was just a fucking boys' club.
Oh, yeah. You had a good time there, though, didn't you?
Both times I've absolutely smashed it, but it didn't take away from the feeling of you're all just chatting at the back.
Yeah.
And I'm not really allowed in. It's your little club. And also, like, they're kind of polite enough that when you're like, oh, you're right, lads, they're like, yeah, they just kind of clam up like they're in a fucking sixth form prom. And I'm like,
I know, it's
what
like,
are you doing? Like,
I know you've not fingered anyone.
Yeah.
But, like, there's no need to make it so fucking obvious.
Yeah, I don't want to be your girlfriend, or I'm not like, oh, it's just...
Oh, it's so annoying.
It's grim.
So annoying.
And you're just like, I'm here to do my job. It feels like I'm here to do my job, turn up and just fuck off.
Some people are just idiots. I hate that. I saw someone post on a social media platform the other day about like where you would go to, where would you post to give gigs out and to like get gigs. Well, name, but everybody knows what it is. And somebody who hasn't been going for that long. I mean, neither have I. But someone hasn't been going for that long, being like, oh, here's this gig. Please don't even send me an email if you aren't getting regular paid spots, and don't DM me. Only email because I'll call you fucking names on WhatsApp groups that you're not a part of. And I was like, why are you all a bunch of knobs?
They're so
like
entitled.
who hurt you?
Yeah. Well, they are deeply hurt.
Who touched you?
They're unwell. They're touched. They're mentally ill. Like, I hate most comedians.
I know. Yeah, I hate them. No, I don't know. We can't say
I think
that.
we should do a separate podcast where we just take down every single fucking
There are
comic.
many amazing comedians, but
They tend to be better the higher up they are.
That's incredibly true.
And like
the people that think that they're the bollocks.
And you've been going 2 minutes. Like, let's all take a bit of a rain.
Okay.
Rain check. Let's take a...
No. Let's take a step back.
Yeah, step back. Anyway.
Anyway, yeah, so that annoyed me.
Went to the hygienist.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I wanted to tell you about this because I was in there and then I saw on the wall a little switch and above it had a little label and it said dead man switch.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, okay. And I was like, that's really weird. And then I didn't ask her.
Sorry, I've got an itchy eyeball. Oh my God, it's so itchy.
How is your vision? I meant to ask.
2020.
Yeah, see.
2020. I meant to ask. When?
I don't know.
I've known
turn of phrase.
We've known each other for quite a while now.
I am glad I know about your 2020 vision, but when was the last time you checked?
I don't think I've ever been for an eye test.
Yeah, so you're definitely not 2020. That is,
Excuse me?
No, you just, you wander
not.
around with the assumption that you're 2020. How do you know that?
How do you know?
Because your eyes deteriorate.
No, I have got 2020. I'm never like this. I never squint. For the listeners, I just squinted.
Yeah, I'm like...
I have got really little eyes though anyway, so I can I
assume you are squinting.
When I laugh, I don't see. It's just cheek.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Get me tested.
Cheek. Ox cheek. I love ox cheek.
Only had it in a ragu.
Oh, it's delicious. No, that's the worst way to have it.
Why?
Because it's a wasted piece of meat. I've just lost all the vegans.
I'm a wasted piece of meat.
lads.
Get
okay. I've had something weird. Oh, what was this dead man switch? Sorry.
Oh God. Well, I didn't say anything to her because she was a locum. So I was like, she's not going to know. Although to be fair, she would have known because she's a hygienist. But like, no, don't look at me like I'm weird. You do this all the time. I'm actually really normal. Why? What are you looking at me like that for?
She's a locum. She wouldn't know. Well, she's not like.
Yeah, she's not an idiot.
She's not a doctor in a barber shop, is she? Do you know what I mean?
She might be.
She
rushed my teeth. Rush job.
Oh, maybe she's a doctor.
Yeah.
Who just like feels that teeth are beneath her. Teeth beneath.
Teeth are beneath.
Teeth are beneath. I had something really weird happen this week.
Go on.
No.
And that's the end of that. Well, thank you for joining us. See you next week.
No, I did have something really weird happen. So when I was in Stoke, I stayed at my friend's house, Matt and Stephen. Shout out Matt and Stephen. We had a little hot tub, a little drinky. It was lovely. Went to bed, woke up in the morning at about 4, looked on my phone, and my nan had texted me. I'm going to show you because it's so weird. My nan texts me. Where is it? Right, so I woke up in the morning. I woke up at 3. Sorry, I woke up at 4 a.m.
Sorry, I just picked up a card and it was the magician.
Why have you just picked it up?
Well, you were
Is it on top of the pack? Is it top of the pack?
Yeah.
That's because
we didn't shuffle.
We didn't shuffle.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
So my nana had sent me a text at 3:17 a.m. that says, "Is it on TV? Okay."
What?
Is it on TV? Comma. Okay.
What does that mean?
It means.
Is it on TV? Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I said that. What does it mean? She had no idea. She never sent me a message at 4 a.m.
What are you on about?
So I went to her the next day because she lives next door to me. And I was like, "Why did you send me a message this morning that said that?" She went, "I didn't." She was like, I never got up and texted you. So someone's just texted me off my nan's phone.
Oh, that's weird.
Isn't it?
So who does she live with?
Herself. She was on her own. With apparently fucking loads of ghosts.
Yeah, fucking hell. What? So
yeah.
So this is at 3. So what does it say again?
It says, "Is it on TV? Okay."
Oh, what does
That's
that
weird.
mean?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't like that. And she doesn't have it. Maybe she must have just sleep text you.
When's anyone ever done that?
I mean,
I think that's weird as fuck. Because she's like, I didn't even dream anything. If she'd have like had a dream,
did she find it weird?
she kind of doesn't. She kind of isn't.
She's not fussed. She's like, I don't know.
She kind of just said was like, I don't know what that means. But I'm like, why aren't we questioning this a bit more? That's really weird.
Is it on TV? Okay.
Is it on TV? Okay.
That's odd. I don't know. I think the meaning will become clear over this episode.
Oh wow.
Yeah. On that note, do you want to pick a tarot card?
No. That was horrible, wasn't it?
Right.
Yes, I would like to pick a card, please.
Okay, well, you shuffle them. Well, spread them out.
Ghosts run this town. Oh,
What is it?
It's tits.
What?
We've got titties.
Oh my god, the world. What does that even mean? I've never heard a tarot card called the
I'm
world.
sorry, but I just for anyone that can they see that?
No.
No.
Okay, well I just flung down the cards. They've gone in a fairly perfect line, and this one just flew off on its own. The world.
Oh, I like that. What does it mean?
Can I tell you the other one that kind of struck a chord with me, but
Yeah.
isn't the one? It was this one. Here.
Okay, don't look at it. We'll open it. We'll flip it at the end.
Oh, okay.
When the world appears, you are glowing with a sense of wholeness, achievement, fulfillment, and completion. A long-term project, like 22 episodes of a podcast, has come full circle.
It's weird that it says that.
I know, right? And you're now reveling in the sense of closure and accomplishment.
Oh my god, we could just give up. We've done it.
We're done.
We
What,
have
so what
accomplished.
we've done it.
It says you finally accomplished your goal or purpose.
Okay, I'm not that thrilled with that because we absolutely haven't.
Yeah, we've got a way to go.
Maybe if we check the stats now, we've hit our goal number for each episode.
Hang on, let me have a look. I want to see what it says.
I'm going to
in
check
here.
it just to see.
Oh, it says if you have not quite reached a point of completion, you are very close.
Shit. Has any?
It says to acknowledge how far you have come, and that acknowledgement will help you move on to the next
Goosebumps.
step.
That's amazing. What a lovely card to pick, Hannah. It means that one is about to achieve something that they've been working towards for a long time. Reflect
it.
on the journey and celebrate the success. If there's any unfinished business, the world encourages one to bring closure to them.
Wow.
Have you got any unfinished business?
No.
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 Have I got unfinished business? That's a good question.
Oh, you're
If
right,
I were to
too.
die now,
Yeah.
would I? I'd like to have some unfinished business, so I am a ghost. You know those ones in Casper,
Yeah, they stick around.
Stinky and
Oh, yeah.
you know all the other ones.
Yeah.
I'd be them. Be all three
Well,
of
it
them.
can't. Well, for us, we've completed it, mate. We've completed life.
Well, that do you know what?
Tick.
That is
We've
nice,
had a good
isn't it?
run.
I've had a great time. We went and did that. Was that? Do you know what it was? That Brindisa trip. That was the completion of the whole
peak.
thing. Me and Susie went clinic shopping.
Yeah, went to Richmond. Took you to Richmond, which apparently you'd never been to.
Well, we've talked about this, haven't we?
Yeah, and then
Got my muzzy lasered off.
no, I don't think we have spoken about it. We said we were going to go.
Oh well, I'm getting my muzzy lasered off.
Your mozzie.
My muzzy and my beard.
Oh, your mozzie.
My muzzy and my beard. Do you know what? Fucking whatever. And what was her name? Natalia.
Yeah.
She was like, I was hoping that she'd be like, do you know what? You don't need anything. You're absolutely fine. You're perfect just the way you
I
are.
mean, a beautician is never going to
So I was
say
like,
that.
I've got fucking hairs, Natalia, coming out of my chin and my fucking beard. I'm like, sometimes if it's been a couple of days in the house, I look a bit like Danny fucking DeVito. And there's a dance I did on stage the other day in a competition where I did the slapping of the arse, like Danny DeVito does in Friends. You ever seen that?
Why did you do that?
Oh, it was a competition.
What do you mean? Like,
I was judging a bingo competition.
Oh, I
and
see.
I ended up winning the bingo with someone else. Then we had to do a dance off for
I
who won the
see.
prize. And I am incredibly competitive. So I almost pinned this guy down. I was like, no, not happening.
it's not happening. mate.
Poor guy. So yeah, anyway. So I said to her, I've got these fucking hairs that pop out of my chinny chin and my muzzy. What do you think? And she was like, do you know what? This is perfect. Because electrolysis really works on long, thick, fat, black hairs. And I was like, great, thanks.
Oh
And she was like, and
God.
you have got
The thing
very
is,
dark hairs.
I've never seen you with
Waxing baby.
Really, they
Yeah.
come out black, but you're very fair,
Yeah, but that's why it makes me look like a fucking middle-aged man.
like circus.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. I could join. I
The
could join.
bearded lady.
Yeah, I could go and join the circus tomorrow, and they'd be like, "Yeah, fine. You've got all the qualifications you need to be
Oh,
a
I
part
like
of the circus."
that.
Did you ever want to be a part of the circus when you were younger?
No, because I
did.
hated gymnastics at school.
You
Hated
could be
it.
a clown.
Well, I'm not far off, so the world says. I've done that, completed it.
I'd love to run away with the circus.
Really, I just gym at school brings back horrible memories.
Did you
of,
ever?
like, the leotards and the stench of BO and
Yeah, I didn't really imagine it like that. Yeah, have you ever read Mr.
Well, this should be a literature
Mr.
podcast.
Galliano's Circus?
No.
Oh, read it. Enid Blyton. Bit of me, that is.
Oh, I did. Do you know what I did want to do? Is
Do you like my nails? It's a bit like a pineapple, isn't it?
I feel like you've got like strong ADHD today. Like it's like if you were on the spectrum, you're really down here
Yeah,
right
but
now.
I've got a yellow. It's pineapple, isn't it? Pineapple vibes.
What are you on about?
Because I've got a yellow t-shirt and my nails are green.
Oh yeah, to be fair, you do look like a pineapple.
Like a really shit pineapple.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I don't know anymore. That's fine.
Okay.
I think we should crack on and tell a story. I've got one called "My Husband Won't Stop Eating Cheeseburgers."
I want that one. Oh my god. I fucking love cheeseburgers.
Okay, fine. Should I start with that?
Yes. I don't even know why you need to ask.
My husband won't stop eating cheeseburgers.
This is going to make me want a cheeseburger so much. Have you ever, in America?
I can't deal with her autism. I can't today.
You know when Americans say cheeseburger?
Cheeseburger.
It makes them sound delicious, don't you think?
Cheeseburger will always sound delicious.
It just sounds amazing. Sorry, carry on.
Shall I start the story? You about to say something else?
I'm just having a cough. I'm still ill, aren't I?
Okay.
I lost my voice.
What do you want for dinner?
Cheeseburgers?
I rolled my eyes as I pushed the button on the side of my phone, hearing the familiar click. Oh wait, is it in my face?
Yeah. Why? Why don't you just put it on there? That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, but I think I don't. When I said I had 20/20, I don't.
You sound like a duck.
My eyes have deteriorated.
Also, yeah, I'd like to get a test immediately.
What an eye
I want to
test.
prove on this podcast that my eyes are 20/20.
Do you want to take a bet?
Yeah.
£5?
Yeah.
You're going to be wrong. I'm going to have your
Fine.
£5.
I
Thanks.
can't. I'm going to have
wait.
yours
I'll spend it on a
because
cheeseburger.
you don't understand just how good I am at seeing things.
Okay, I feel like we're in school. Good for you.
I'm the best at seeing.
I can see things. Okay. Let's start again.
Yeah.
What do you want for dinner? I rolled my eyes as I pushed the button on the side of my phone, hearing the familiar click as the screen locked. Why'd you even ask? I sighed, turning onto our lane after a long day at work. I knew damn well he already planned what we'd have for
Is
dinner.
it cheeseburger?
Cheeseburgers.
Oh, amazing.
Now, don't get me wrong, I love a burger as much as the next guy, but 7 months. It's been 7 months of burgers for lunch and dinner, and I'll even hear him banging around the kitchen for another, fixing...
Surprised this man's alive. I mean, I don't live the healthiest lifestyle, but cheeseburgers and lunch and dinner is
Your
enough for me.
arteries are fucking blocked.
Your arteries are fucking blocked.
I'll even hear him banging around the kitchen for another fixing in the middle of the night. Plus, he's changed.
What? What's that mean? I'm so confused.
Part of what made me fall in love with him was our shared passion for cooking. His seasonings were all from scratch.
What do you mean? No.
What?
No, what do you mean his seasonings are all from scratch? That's bullshit.
As in, he's...
What? He's fucking grinding his own peppercorns and salt off his Himalayan block, is he?
People do that, Hannah.
Shut the fuck up. You haven't. Your
Well,
Himalayan
no,
block's
that's
there.
here to help with spirits. But
That is bullshit.
no, as in he's probably got some sage out of the garden, and
All right, paprika.
well, you can't make that from scratch unless you live in Mexico.
Well, then, this statement is entirely
No,
inaccurate.
it's
Fuck off with your
not.
cheeseburgers.
no, I'm on board with this. See, like he's taking care
No,
of the...
no, that works. I was going to shout coriander, but yeah, that's
Couldn't
fine.
it just mean he's like doing the mixes himself? Like he's not buying like the chicken seasoning or like
Yeah.
the burrito packs.
Yeah,
It's
but-
just, like-
Yes, exactly.
What's wrong with doing that? It's either you buy big pots or little bags. Big pots,
What are you talking about?
big pots, little bags, which
What
is the
you
name
want-
of the episode. Big pots, little bags.
What are you talking about?
Big. So you are right. If you're doing your seasonings from scratch,
Yeah,
you've got big pots of things in your little cupboard or your spice rack if you're a knobhead,
yeah.
and you then put all the spices out of your big pots into your bowl. If you go get a little bag of chicken, I want chicken tonight, chicken tikka masala seasoning.
What the fuck? I feel like you've eaten a space cake for breakfast. I feel like you're absolutely off your trolley.
No, I'm right.
I don't
I'm
understand.
absolutely right.
What is your point that you're trying to make?
I'm saying that you're not Billy Big Bollocks just because
I'm
you've got...
not.
No, not you, him. He's not Billy Big Bollocks just because he's got spices.
This is outrageous.
No, it's annoying me.
I'm not usually on the man's side in these stories, but today I am. Because I feel like he's cut up some rosemary from the garden
I don't think that's what's happened.
and he's grind it in his
When have you ever had a rosemary burger?
Pestle and mortar.
When have you ever had a rosemary burger?
Actually, on my fries with Honest Burger.
Last time I had a fucking eye test, I bet.
I can't deal with her today, Barney. You're going to have to put her in the naughty corner. Right. Shall I carry on? Okay.
I am enjoying it, actually. Contrary to popular belief.
Yeah, exactly. His seasonings were all from scratch,
No, they weren't.
meticulously thought out and perfected.
Shut up.
So you're right, he's got the combination.
That's what I'm saying.
You said it in a very
Oh my
weird
God.
way.
Do you know what?
We can't keep going on like this. We have to move. We have to move on.
Do you know what I mean? You know old El Paso?
Do you mean the seasoning mix?
The seasoning mix, exactly.
I
Why
never
not
buy
just buy...
that.
I don't understand why
never
not.
buy chicken seasoning. I never buy.
So what do you do? Do you do seasoning from scratch then?
Yes, I do actually. I actually relate to him a lot. Yeah, if it says mix coriander with garlic salt and a bit of whatever, I'll be like, yes, please, and I'll put it all in and chuck it all in the pan.
No, fine. Yeah, that makes sense. But if there's like a powder that's like chili con carne,
No.
you
Nope.
do your own chili con carne.
Well, to be honest, I've never seen on a shelf a powder called chili con carne.
Are you mad?
I've never seen that.
I'm gonna show you.
Have you?
There'd be one. I don't know if it'd say chili con carne, but
yeah, it does.
There'd be chili con carne spice packs.
Yeah, spice
Yeah.
packs.
Yeah,
but
or
on that
like-
spice shelf, there's no chili con carne mix.
And they do a Schwartz one.
That's a box. I can't
Anyway.
deal. Okay.
Seasoning mix. Seasoning mix. And they do a Schwartz one.
We need to carry on. Okay. Okay, let's get that out of our system, yeah? Think of the world. Think of that woman. His eyes would light up, gorgeous blue and radiant, when he'd excitingly discuss how he wanted to garden together. Grow our basil and jalapenos.
Fuck off.
Yeah, he wants to grow basil. That's what I said.
I hate this guy.
My chili won awards thanks to his tips.
Thanks to his tits.
Well, he's got them now. He's eating burgers for lunch, dinner, and breakfast. Grocery shopping was no longer a chore, but something to look forward to. Ever since he started cooking the burgers, the light in his eyes seems dim. If that
Yeah,
makes
because he's
sense.
fucking ill. I'm surprised he's got
Yeah.
any light in his
He's
eyes.
very ill. The muscles in his face contort to
Because
make
he's having a stroke.
to make the appearance of happiness, but his eyes became void of emotion, like he's looking past me.
He's having literally, he's not getting his 5 a day, he's having 1 stroke a day.
I won't always eat the burgers. In fact, I usually don't anymore, but it took me a while to work out my own food schedule as to not hurt his feelings. It doesn't matter what my response is, whether I say no thanks, suggest a restaurant or some pasta, he'll always cook an additional burger intended for me. I'm not sure if it was the forcing down burgers for 3 months straight, gaining 23 pounds, or when the additional breakfast burger was introduced that made me put my foot down, but I did, and that was that.
Breakfast burger. As long as it's not got shit on it like avocado.
You don't like that?
I hate avocado, it's the most pointless thing in the world.
Oh, I love avocado.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't. You like all the shit you put on it.
No.
You don't like avocado. It's bullshit. It's
I
the
like
most
it with
insane
halloumi.
thing. Would you just eat an avocado? Like, would you just peel it then and just munch on it like that?
No,
What? Why?
because it needs to go with.
Yeah, because it doesn't taste like avocado.
Yeah, but
anymore.
that doesn't mean I
Seasoning.
if I only
you got
had the
the seasoning?
seasoning and no avocado, that would be rank. I want the avocado with the seasoning.
That's wrong.
Okay, you're a delight.
I don't know what's up with me.
Yeah, you just have a little sip.
I'd love a wine.
Can you get her a wine or something? I just shut her up. Barney, you have to deal with
Put me on a
this.
downer.
Except my burgers became his burgers.
What is happening?
He had a strange routine of eating his burger in the other room before bringing mine, decked out with the works on a platter, and with a huge smile he'd say, "It's burger time, baby!"
Is this a ghost story?
Yeah. Oh, I'm all set, babe.
Have you read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all set, babe. I shuffled past him, feeling a sense of guilt creep in. I couldn't help it. He looked so cute in his apron, the platter laid out before me.
Why a platter? What's going on?
I'm assuming he's decked it out with chips.
This is the stupidest.
Wait,
Woo!
wait, you just wait for it. He looked so cute in his apron, the platter laid out before me like I was his burger queen. You don't want it? He asked.
Oh, I get it, because of Burger King.
Oh, actually, I didn't get that.
Is it?
No, that's
It's
quite
gotta be
funny.
on it.
You don't want it? He asked, still smiling that wide grin. No thanks, I really can't eat any more burgers, at least for a while.
Imagine like the Burger King and the Burger Queen being like a sexy role play thing.
That is
Where
vile.
she's got like burger buns for a bra. I don't know why I find this so funny.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, and he's got those little do you know those like jalapeno bites on his bollock.
That is minging. I didn't think I'd hear the words jalapeno.
Oh my god, I've
bites on
just
his
wet
bollock.
myself. Now I'm ill, I cough, I piss. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh.
Like I was his burger queen.
Come for me, Burger Queen.
You don't want it? He asked, still smiling that wide grin.
Tell me you want it.
No thanks, I really can't eat any more burgers, at least for a while. I'm sorry though, it looks incredible. Oh, well okay then. Sit down and enjoy your show. Though his eyes seemed vacant, his smile somehow brightened even further as he retreated back into the kitchen.
Oh, does that mean because he can have it?
Guess so. Yeah, he's going to be eating them. I sat down and scrolled through Tubi. Anyone know what that is? Tubi.
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 Is it maybe their version of Tubi?
Is it something dodgy?
No, I'd love it if it was.
I just
Food-related
scrolled through
porn
the dark
sites.
web.
It looks like it's a streaming service.
Oh yeah, so it's probably
Like
like a
Hulu?
BBC. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like
Okay.
Tubi.
Yeah, it's Fox's streaming service.
Okay.
Okay, Fox News, great. I sat down and scrolled through Tubi for a few minutes when I heard it. A sizzling.
Another burger.
A loud buzz that I almost mistook for a cicada. Before I realised it was the sound of meat cooking on the grill. Is he cooking another fucking burger? I stood up in disbelief. How is he still hungry? Is he deficient in something? There's no way this is healthy, and it isn't the first time I've been worried for him.
Worms.
He'd been to the doctor after I scheduled an appointment and begged, yet all the tests came back inconclusive and everything had been normal. There had to have been some kind of mistake. This had gone well beyond respecting what he likes, and I love him. If any harm were to come to him, I'd never forgive myself for not stepping in. I got up, heading towards the deep-fried smell and sounds of scraping to discuss getting a second opinion.
I think it's pretty good that he's making his own burgers, though.
Yeah, but for 3 months,
I mean,
like eating
yeah,
6 a
I'm just
day, it's
trying
a
to-
bit much, isn't it?
It's quite a lot of meat. It's just like, yeah, but like they could get the Sano's 5% fat one.
I really want a cheeseburger after this.
I do as well. I mean, you could make a healthy cheeseburger, couldn't you?
No, I don't know.
Is there no way of doing that?
It would taste shit if you did that.
Wouldn't it? Yeah.
I swung the saddle door open. Saddle door? Is that like
I imagine so,
cowboy?
like a saloon.
like a saloon?
I'd imagine so, yeah.
I swung the saddle door open and started to step into the kitchen, slipping on something and landing sideways onto our black and white checkerboard floor. My hand slid through a thick layer of grease as I tried to steady myself up. What is all this shit? It's burger time, baby! The
He
thick,
loves, that's his catchphrase, isn't
guttural Tom Waits-esque voice. Oh, Tom Waits-esque. It's burger time,
it? Who's that?
baby.
Who's Tom Wade?
Tom Waits.
Who's that?
Tom Waits is like this like growly, whiskey-soaked, husky singer.
Oh.
He's this old bloke who sings like country music.
Oh, I see. I love country music.
Is that right? Is that a fair
yeah,
rep
he's,
of
he's
Tom
the guy.
Waits?
He's the guy who said reality is for people who can't face drugs.
I've never heard that.
Oh.
Is
Bit
that
of
it?
you.
I'm on drugs.
It's burger time, baby.
Jesus.
The thick, guttural Tom Waits-esque voice startled me so much I jumped. I looked at what was once my husband and gasped. His previously tan and callous hands were now blotchy with dark brown and black, almost charred in some places.
Oh my God, is he frying himself?
My gaze moved up his beefy arm, oozing grease and making a sloshy wet sound as he raised a spatula and pointed it at me. Are you ready for your burger? It spat out, grinning a smile of chopped onions, ringed with tomato lips.
Has he turned into a cheeseburger?
His cheese shirt dripped to the floor. His lettuce pants glistened with water.
I know you shouldn't, but I am hungry.
You gotta try this one, babe.
I'd love to.
He winked at me with one pickle eye, and his bun hat touched to the side.
like he's going to a wedding. His bun fascinator.
Yeah, a sesame seed falling off in the process. He turned to the griddle where a skinned human hand lay sizzling. I scrambled up and into our bedroom, locking the door behind me. He didn't chase me. He's still down there cooking burgers, singing some song by Blaze Foley. So much is going through my mind. So much is going through my mind right now. Was that his hand on the griddle? I thought about calling the police, but even if they believe me, they'll probably try to do some wacky experiments on him. Or maybe even both of us.
I think that's fair enough.
Who should I call? Where should I go? Please, if anyone's reading this, how can I help my cheeseburger husband?
Tell them we'll go over. I'd love to see that, my cheeseburger
The
husband. I loved that. No
Yeah.
explanation whatsoever. The maddest thing I've ever seen or heard. I've ever heard. But thank you very much for bringing that to my
I thought that was, yeah. I mean, that's not the one I intended to read, but the title alone, I was like, I have to.
Do you want to hear Creepy Feet? Yeah. Approximately 6 months before I turned 11 years old, we had moved into a very old 2-storey house.
So when I was 10. Like, why not say that?
We had moved into a very old... Actually, yes, that is a really weird way of saying it.
Just say when I was 10.
When I was 10, we had moved into a very old 2-storey house in a small town in Michigan. It is very important to fully grasp that the house is the magnitude of the experience. Upon entering the large home, you'll see a staircase that has a platform in the centre, midway up, and then the staircase continues on to the left, with multiple creaky steps all the way up. At the top was my bedroom directly to the right, and my 13-year-old brother's room to the left, with the one and only bathroom directed in front at the top of the stairs. If upon walking into the home you didn't decide to go upstairs, there was a large room to the left, which was my parents' room, and previously a den with 2... I don't know if this is that important. A short hallway would take a left and enter the living room, which was directly below the stairs and the bathroom. Then to the right of the living room was the large dining room, and then off to the right was the kitchen. Fuck's sake. So, on this particular evening, our parents had gone out to dinner. It was just me and my older brother at home. It was not quite dark yet, and the two of us were enjoying some MTV in the living room. He was kicked back in the recliner in the corner, and I was on the couch. I suddenly had to go to the bathroom and felt uneasy going upstairs alone, because honestly, the house was big and creepy. So I tried to get him to go upstairs with me so I could go to the bathroom. He told me I was being stupid and stop being a baby. I tried to hold it, but my tiny bladder continued to swell. Oh, God. And I knew I was running out of time. I asked once... I'd piss. I'd just piss. I've obviously got no problem with that. I asked once more and he refused and told me to shut up. I made him promise to not go up there and try to scare me whenever I came back out. And he threw a pillow at me and reluctantly promised. I worked up the courage and took off in a flash. I raced up the stairs as fast as my bony legs could carry me. It wasn't complete darkness outside yet, but it was still absolutely terrifying. Once I got to the bathroom, I shut the door and hopped on in a hurry. The bathroom did not have a lock on it, which was terrible, but due to the creaky stairs, you could hear if someone was coming your way, giving you time to alert them that the bathroom was being occupied. As I was finishing up, I heard the stairs creaking. Immediately began to inform my brother that I knew he was out there and that he had broken a promise, and I was going to tell our parents once they had gotten home. There was a gap between the bottom of the door and the approximately 3 inches or so made it easy to see if someone was waiting outside. I looked at the bottom of the door and I spotted a set of old, dirty, bare feet. Susie's face.
Ew. What's that? Gross.
Bare feet standing directly in front of the door.
Like hobbit feet.
Yeah, sure. As if someone almost had their face pressed against the door and was waiting for me. So the feet are pointed really close to the door, so their face would be right up against waiting for you to open the door.
Oh, that's fucking horrible.
Yeah. I couldn't believe he would be so stupid and forget about that gap, confirming that he was right outside the door. I quickly opened the door.
No, don't do that.
And no one was there.
Wait. Okay, so you open it.
So because you're expecting, so you're...
Imagine if they'd got it.
The other way around.
Yeah,
No, because if someone thinks that they're going to surprise you, to surprise them is funnier, isn't it? Because you're scaring them then.
Oh, God.
Because they would expect to hear, like, the toilet flush. They would expect to hear you cook, but if they didn't and they're just there ready, and you go, whoa. I ran down the stairs. I was a lot smaller than him and much faster, so I wouldn't be far behind him. When I reached the living room, I stopped in my tracks. There he was, lying back in the recliner with the remote in his hand, as if he hadn't moved. I felt the fear rising up inside me, and then I looked at his feet. He was wearing socks. I began to scream and yell that someone was in the house. He jumped in a panic and grabbed a shotgun. He looked as terrified as I was.
Every single American story ends with get
I
gun.
grabbed the shot. My 13-year-old brother grabbed the shotgun.
Yeah, famously, guns don't work on ghosts.
Yeah, but they didn't know it was a ghost, did they?
True.
We don't know it's a ghost. After thoroughly searching the entire house, we found nothing and no one. To this day, I get a cold chill just thinking about it. Ghost or man? Ghost or man? It's going to be a man, and it's not a woman. Never is. Ghost or man?
Well, dirty feet. Man.
That's terrifying. I thought it was really scary.
That is scary and very visceral. I can imagine that because when you said the feet are like close to the under the door, I'm imagining the hotel. You know that little peephole.
Yeah.
Peephole.
Yeah, peephole.
And being like, who's there? But
I think it's really just imagining that like, someone's face is behind the other side of the door, just like, and being really silent and just seeing those horrible dirty feet.
That's fucking gross.
Isn't it?
Would you like that's another story?
Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
From my dad.
Oh my God!
My Welsh dad.
No, don't believe it.
Well,
call them now. Let's put it to bed.
This is from Roger.
Roger.
Dear Welsh Roger.
Roger, who is not a fan of the pod.
Yeah. To be fair,
he does not like it, does he?
Yeah, it was so funny.
We were talking something that Roger has never said.
Yeah, we were talking with my family, and then like Mum's like, "Oh, the podcast is great," and my dad just went, "Yeah, I mean, it's not funny, but that's because it's not meant for me." And I was like, He's like, "Yeah, well, I mean, it's not. Well, I'm not your target audience, am I?" And I was like, "Okay, thanks for that, Dad."
Thanks, Roger.
But he has sent a ghost story. So...
Listen, I appreciate the honesty and the support, nonetheless.
Yeah, exactly. Right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Blind.
Is your dad a believer in the supernatural?
No, I just said, have you got any ghost stories? And then he was like, oh, well, actually, there is one that used to circulate. And he tried to tell me it. And I was like, why don't you write it down? Send it in an email and I'll read it out. And he was like, okay.
Go ahead.
So, this is from Roger Preece.
Of the Welsh Preeces.
Yeah, the Welsh Preece clan.
Does Wales have clans or is that Scotland?
Pict is Scottish. That's rude,
what?
Isn't it? Okay.
Pict?
No, I said that before, didn't I? Pict is okay. It's okay?
I don't know what you're talking
it's an
about.
old Scottish like people.
Yeah,
I thought it was a clan.
You. Clan
would be the families, right? Like
clan
the McDonald's and whatever.
Yeah. Oh God, Barney is so educated.
You're very educated.
You're so much more educated than us.
And I've got years on you, but no education.
How old are you, Barney?
I'm 26.
26. Oh my
That's
god, you're
really
9.
impressive.
You could be his mum.
I am.
If you're a slutty 9-year-old.
That is not going in.
Yes, it is. Yes,
That's
it
the
is.
title of the episode.
Slutty 9. Fucking hell. It's only a matter of time before we get cancelled.
Yeah, it's coming.
I'm going to live it up.
That's
while I
what
can.
we've achieved. It says the world card says. Right.
You're going to jail.
Right, are you ready for the story?
Yeah.
Okay. It was a wet, dark summer night in South Wales, and a young man on a motorbike was moving slowly along the road connecting Caerphilly. Is that how you say it?
Caerphilly.
Caerphilly.
I know this, I think.
Do you?
Carry on.
Caerphilly and Cardiff. At the highest point on the road, locally called Caerphilly Mountain, he noticed the girl sheltering from the pouring rain under an overhanging rock.
We
at the
fucking
side of
told
the road.
this story. Do you remember Barney and the motorbike?
Yeah, it's similar. It's very similar.
So the same. Carry on.
Similar. He pulled over to offer her a ride home, which she accepted.
If she puts on his fucking jacket.
She offered no explanation as to how she came to be where she was, but gave him her address in Ribena. Ribena. Rhiwbina. Ribena.
Your Welsh claims are getting severely weakened by this story, Susie.
I could not agree more. Caerphilly.
How do you say it? How do you
You
say
sound
it?
like that fucking bloke in the mummy, so you are more Egyptian than...
I'm very Egyptian. Could you... It sounds like
My
Ribena.
dad told me that other one as well.
No.
Yeah, my dad told me the other one.
What, the
About the
motorbike
motorbike,
story?
yeah.
What do you mean?
He
But
told me the Barney motorbike story.
Where did you get it from then?
My dad.
What?
I added in...
No.
I added in all the shit bits.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Are you serious?
For a laugh, yeah.
I thought you'd found it online.
No, I found it. Didn't I tell you that my dad?
No.
No, I think, yeah. I did.
What?
I meant to tell you
Our
that.
dads have told us the same fucking story.
Is it the same story?
Basically.
Why are we telling it again then?
Well, because.
Okay, carry on, may as well.
I said I'd read it out.
We'll see that the difference.
It's also like really short.
Oh, there you go.
What?
Rubina.
Oh my god, you were
Rubina?
so far off. Ribena!
Sounds like
Ribena!
angina.
Sunny tea! That's what you shouting out.
Rubina. Fucking hell. Okay. She offered no explanation.
Squash! Ribena.
Yeah. She offered no explanation as to how she came to where she was, but gave him her address in Rubina, close to the foot of the hill in Cardiff. He eventually pulled in at the address she'd given, and to his shock, he found that there was nobody on the back of his bike. She'd gone, presumably fallen off, and he rapidly retraced a few miles, half expecting to find an injured body. Eventually, he went back to the address she'd given him to give them the devastating news. He rang the bell, and when the door opened, the elderly woman in front of him took one look at his motorcycle riding gear and immediately burst into tears. When she calmed down, she explained that her daughter was killed in a motorcycle
Exactly
accident,
the same story.
hitting an overhanging rock on Caerphilly Mountain some 5 years before, and there had been several occasions since. Then, when the weather was as bad as it was when she died, that she had requested a ride home in safety. The motorcycle rider sold his bike shortly afterwards and never rode across Caerphilly Mountain again. The end.
Okay, it's exactly the same.
It's the same.
It's the same
Check
story.
it out.
Didn't the girl in your one have no eyes or something?
Yeah, but I made that
Oh.
up.
Did you basically write all of that?
So my dad told me a story. The same story, but he'd given the woman the jacket to wear on the way, and then she got off. The same thing happened, and then he went to the graveyard and found his jacket on the grave. And I added in all the other shit bits.
Oh, it was quite good, you know.
No, it wasn't. It was shit, but I wanted it. I did want it to be shit.
I'm impressed.
I wanted it to be funny, so I did. I do apologise. I made it up. I made the
Fucking
main character Barney 'cause I
revelations.
thought that was hilarious.
That's outrageous.
Well, you did lie. See, you're like me. You lied all this time.
Hang on, what have you lied about? I was fucking Ouija board.
Loads. Yeah. Oh, loads.
How have you?
My name's not even Susie.
Were you pushing the Ouija board?
No, I wasn't pushing the Ouija board.
How
No,
do
I
you know?
lied when I flicked the coin, and I was like, I just said
Oh
heads.
yes, and you pranked me.
I like that you have a short memory because you won't remember my lies.
Unlike my eyesight.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want my... So, I heard a Bethnal Green ghost story today.
Oh, go on then.
Oh, you mean in Hackney?
Yeah, no, sorry. Tower Hamlets, as you've all reminded me.
So, it's another
shitbag is
tube
my only
story.
friend.
Shitbag. It's another tube story. So, Bethnal Green tube station, many, many years ago, there was a guy who worked on the night shift, and he'd closed all the station down. All the staff had gone. The last train had departed, and he went to his little. All the lights are off. Fucking great. Imagine the lights being off on the underground. Oh my god, I'd rather die. Went back into his office to start doing his paperwork and start his like nightly chores or duties, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he started hearing this noise, and it was really, really quiet at first, so he couldn't really tell what it was. And it was just like this, like, it was like a really quiet screaming, like somebody was watching a horror film but had the volume on really low. So he could just hear it, and I kind of went out to have a look around, and there was no one there. And he stopped hearing the noise, went back into the office, and he could hear the noise started just getting louder and louder and louder. And then it got to like a crescendo where he could hear women, children, like loads of different people scream. He thought he was going mad, like people screaming in his ear. And then it like some strange gurgling noises as well. And then all of a sudden it just stopped. And then he left and like never went back again. But then he like did some research afterwards, and it turns out that when the war was going on, all the people that were in the tube station, they heard a bomb go off above ground. Wasn't even a bomb; it was some inactive something or other that just wasn't harmful in any way. And they all rushed so much to like get down into the tube station to get safe that they all died in like this big mass. What's the word?
Crush.
Yeah,
Stampede.
a big stampede.
No.
Yeah.
And he heard them.
And he heard them, but only like in the office. So I wonder whether that was like the main. Initially, that was the main place.
But then it got louder.
But see, that's the thing when you don't know anything about. And then the gurgling noises apparently was like people trying to get the last breaths.
Oh my god, that's absolutely horrific.
But isn't that horrible?
Yes, that is.
Apparently, like 10 people
rank.
have reported it since. But then I don't really believe that because I think people just make it up. Well, people are liars.
The thing is,
this is what I have with ghosts all the time: is that people lie.
People do lie, maybe for attention or maybe something that they've like misconstrued. I think the thing that really freaks me out is when more than one person has reported the same thing and they don't know.
If they don't know the backstory and if they've never met the other person before, like those guys who were on the Kennington Loop.
Yeah.
That's because no one knew about that. That
Shall
freaks me out.
Shall I tell you a story about where we are actually at now?
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
So this is like the Adelphi building, and it's a really old building. It was built in like the 1700s by these four brothers, like John, Adam, Robert, and like let's call him Ben. I don't know who the
John.
fourth one is. John, Adam, Ben, and Tom or something.
The true disciples.
Yeah. And Paul and
all them
I
lot.
don't know, whatever.
Dave.
Dave was there. Yeah,
Spanish
he was building these fucking walls. Spanish Dave.
I imagine that's the kind of nickname people give to me.
And anyway, they
can't just put an F on the front of it.
I can, and I will. And they built this place, but apparently, like, there's tons of arches that support this building structure, and it used to be a place which like attracted prostitutes, drug taking, like dodgy deals. Like it was a proper like, place that
dirty, smutty place.
Dirty, smutty place where dirty, smutty things would happen.
Okay, I love it.
And apparently, there was this prostitute called Jenny,
right,
who got strangled down there, and if you walk there late at night, there is one road left remaining, and it's called Lower Robert Street, and it's literally underneath us.
Oh yeah.
And it's the one road remaining, and apparently it's like cabbies call it the Bat Cave, and they all say it's haunted. And apparently late at night, if you go through it, you can hear her last screams in the tunnel, and they call her Poor Jenny.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's grim, isn't it? But I think what we should do is go there ourselves, check it out. What do you think?
I think we should absolutely fucking go.
Yeah.
I want
just
someone.
looking at,
I want to
like,
see a ghost.
Yeah.
I want to see a ghost, man. Oh, woman. I want to see a ghost really bad. Chillingham is. You just wait. I'm gonna hunt the shit out of Chillingham.
Lower Robert Street dates back to the 18th century. Do you know what's interesting? It says of all the people who lived in this building, it said that many famous people lived in the grand apartments above, including David Garrick and then a guy called Richard Cart. And I was like, RC, because I want to know who the fuck RC is.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It was a woman. Yes. So that's the snag in the story. But
it wasn't a woman.
Who?
RC.
Yeah. No. Do you remember we said, "Are you a man?" And then it went no. So we went, woman. And then it said it wanted to get pregnant.
Maybe it's lying. Yeah, wanting to get pregnant.
What, us pregnant?
Oh. I thought they said the ghost said it wanted to get pregnant.
That's what I mean. So it's a woman.
Yeah, so it's a woman.
Yeah, so it's not Richard Carr. Anyway.
Maybe it's Richard Cart's daughter, Roberta.
It says here.
Does Richard Cart have any children?
To be honest, I looked him up, but he's not that interesting. It says. No.
That's just what you want when you're dead, isn't it? For some fucking knobhead podcaster to come along and be like, "Oh, you know, it's just not
fuck his legacy. Can't be asked with him." It says, there's unsettlingly Lower Robert Street has its resident ghost. The phantom is known as Poor Jenny, a prostitute who lived and worked in the depths of Lower Robert Street, the bed upon which she languished being no more than a grotty pile of rags. Oh. It's said that late one night, Jenny was throttled by one of her clients. Today, her screams and gasps can be heard echoing through Lower Robert Street, the awful noise accompanied by a rhythmic tapping.
Oh, why?
The sound of Jenny kicking the floor as she fights against the strange.
Oh, poor Jenny. Is that what she's called?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
it does elicit sympathy.
Oh my God, that's sad, but also very scary.
Right, this is up to you. Would you like flashcards?
I want whichever one is the most mad.
I know. Okay, so we've got the Anomaly, flashcards, or Hello Kitty beanbag. Don't be lured in by Hello Kitty beanbag just because it sounds fancy.
I am. I'm a sucker for it. Which one's the most mad? Or which one's the scariest? You've read them.
I quite like the Anomaly.
Oh.
The Anomaly sounds like it'd be interesting.
Yeah,
it sounds like an actual name for a horror film.
No.
Yeah.
Hello Kitty beanbag.
Okay, we have got too many. We have got too many potential names for this episode.
Yeah. Okay, great.
The Anomaly. Let's go.
Okay.
Maybe you can do a couple of them. I've got another one though. If you want one of those.
Okay.
Where are you finding all these? I never see them.
Really?
No.
I've become quite au fait with them.
Yeah.
I just wanted to explore the local wetlands. How in the hell? What?
I'll explore your local wetlands. Correct.
I just wanted to explore the local wetlands. How in the hell was I supposed to know that the strange, half-rusted sign was for real? There wasn't even a fence around the fucking place, for Christ's sake.
Jesus.
Okay, sure, maybe I knew it was government-leased land for some vague environmental research, and maybe I'd heard more than a few local boogeyman tales about the area. Maybe a part of me that was larger than I'd care to admit had wanted to find something out here. I think something found me instead. The local legend that had ended up reeling my inquisitive mind was, as it turned out, less of a legend and more of a good old-fashioned modern conspiracy. While there were, of course, the more traditional tales of bog witches and skinwalkers, the prevailing theory amongst some of the more level-minded folk, and I use that term lightly, was concerning that very same government research site that had popped up just a few months back. Of course, I can't really blame folk. After all, the site came about right at the time that the birds started dying, crops started wilting, and most recently, a couple of people had gone missing. Dave, the owner and full-time bartender of the Rambling Goose, was certain that those government boys were up to one of two things.
Right.
Either A, they were doing all sorts of weird science experiments on the water supply to see how it affected the wildlife and surrounding farmland, or B, that they were actively trying to contain some sort of chemical mess at the expense of the town's residents. Sophie was more of a traditionalist. She was convinced that there had always been something sinister out there and that the boys in black had finally moved in to do what they do best.
Does she mean the men in black?
Yeah, she's Sophie. She's Sophie. She's pretty cool.
It's the pro. What's the word? Prologue? No, not prologue.
Prequel.
Prequel
Prolapse.
to Men in Black when they were just children.
Yeah, boys in black. I wasn't sure if that was something I should or shouldn't have expected out of the peppy youth group minister. That's Sophie. Fuller was the local VFW quartermaster and the proponent of the theory that, despite his animated approach of relaying
What's
it...
VFW?
Unsure.
Okay.
Unsure.
Every day's a school day.
Yeah. Fuller was the local VFW quartermaster.
Veterans of Foreign Wars.
Oh, he's a vet.
I thought it was different types of your camel toe. VW. That's the way they look in your leggings.
What? You're having a great time. What? Vagina. You just thought that was vagina.
But also, your vagina looks like a V, doesn't it?
Oh, strongly.
Because
yeah,
your camel
big
toe.
V.
Capital V.
That big V. Now everyone's seen
Yeah, I think you've made so many people feel uncomfortable.
it. Yeah, I'm sure.
Barney can't look at you anymore.
Yeah. I can't look at me.
I can't look
Mirrors,
your
they're out.
vagina in the eye.
Vagina. Fuller was the local VFW quartermaster and the proponent of the theory that, despite his animated approach of relaying it, was the one by which I was most compelled. Government freakers!
Jesus
The old
Christ.
vet would shout at anyone within earshot. They's breeding themselves some government freakers
Oh no,
to
we've
sneak
gone
in our
southern.
homes
Oh.
and fuck with our minds.
Oh no, why have we gone
Unlike the
southern?
rest of the well, it is, isn't it? Wetlands. It's probably Texas. Unlike the rest of the patrons that Friday evening, I decided to finally take Fuller's bait. Government what now's doing what now? I asked. Fuller swung his head at me so violently that for a second I thought he'd break his neck.
Can I just say before you do the accent again?
Let me spell it out for you, kid.
Okay. Well, in the US, our
Yeah.
biggest listener location is Texas.
Oh, great. I'll do it.
No?
Let me spell it out for you, kid. Let me spell Texas. Texas.
Oh no.
Let me spell it out for you, kid.
We apologise.
Oh, let me spell it out for you, kid. Let me spell it out for you, kid. He said,
It's
seemingly.
the conviction she does it. I'm not being funny, right? And I aren't being funny, but I have gone dead cold. Have you?
Yeah.
I have gone, like, I can actually feel a breeze. Can you not feel that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Is it the anomaly? I don't like that.
I'm going to have to
it
put my
the air
coat on.
conditioning?
Honestly.
It's probably the air conditioning. Okay, can we go back to the
No,
story?
it's go. Yeah, I need to put my coat on. I have gone dead cold.
Yeah, to be fair,
Or
mine...
it's RC back again for some more.
RC or AC.
Oh,
shit! If we got haunted by a fucking air conditioning unit, I swear to God, it would be very on brand.
The ghost in the AC. Right. Seeming enthralled that he'd hooked someone. You in?
Sorry, it's so loud. Have you seen the side? It's like I'm wearing a bed.
Yeah, you're in your duvet now.
Yeah.
Lovely. Washington wants us nice and placated, right? Wants us all fearful and ready to kowtow to kindly Uncle Sam, so we keep giving all our worthless... And now he's from New York. Hey, so we keep giving all our
Jesus.
worthless cash to his military-industrial complex. I slowly nodded. For once, the old bat was making half a lick of sense.
Yeah.
Fuller matched my nodding, talking lower and more cohesively now that he knew he was being heard. Well, they know Middle America won't stand for it. Never have. My old man taught me that years back when he stood up for his fellows at Blair Mountain.
What's happening, please?
He said with it. Where's Blair Mountain? Is that?
What's happening?
He's
so
talking
confused.
to the local vet in the Raging Goose. Keep up.
I think it was like a union, like a rebellion kind of thing in like West Virginia back in the 1920s.
Nice. Okay. But will I forget that 5 minutes later? Yes.
Yeah.
He said with a proud look. So, and they's been doing this sort of thing everywhere recently, mind you. They set up shop in each county seat. Can you hear that? Rustling.
I can hear you and your fucking mad accent.
They set up shop in every county seat, rile up whatever interdimensional shit they can. Government freakers. Then they set them to terrorizing our communities till we're all so scared we end up fighting each other.
I'm farting.
Fighting each other and begging for more and more government help.
Oh, it's just a very own Dolly Parton, isn't it? It's like she's in the room.
I didn't believe half of what Fuller was saying, but it sounded halfway more believable than the sum of all the other crackpot theories floating around town. Plus, the timing of the whole birds, crops, hikers mystery and the arrival of the facility with its as yet unseen staff had already piqued my curiosity. Regardless of the truth of the matter, I wanted to check it out for myself. So the next evening, instead of posting up at my usual bar stool at the Raging Goose, I packed a bag of supplies, my mag light, and threw on my darkest clothes with the intent of doing just that. A nagging part of me wanted to also slap my trusted Ruger security on my hip. Assuming that's a gun.
I'm so confused.
Yeah,
That's a gun,
Ruger's
right?
a gun. Yeah.
Ruger. I've never heard that word, have you?
You think
love
I
guns.
know that because I love guns.
Yeah, you love a gun. Never heard of a Ruger?
No, arugula.
Embarrassing for you.
Don't you think arugula sounds like it should be cheese?
Arugula.
Doesn't sound like it should be a leaf, does it?
Yeah, I know.
Or maybe I'm thinking of primula.
Arugula's rocket, isn't it?
Yeah. Who'd have? I would have put money on it being cheese. Arugula.
Okay. A
It's
nagging.
just stupid, isn't it?
Okay. A nagging...
Arugula should be called.
Oh my god.
As long as you don't use it as part of a seasoning mix. And then
yeah, exactly. Old El Paso arugula.
Well, that's why I get my packets. Big Charles little bags.
A nagging part of me wanted to also slap my trusted Ruger security on my hip, but I figured if I did get caught trespassing on federal land, it would likely go smoother if I was unarmed. Shit, but if that didn't turn out to be my second biggest mistake of the night. It was nearing midnight by the time I reached the wetlands just outside of town and found a spot well enough away from the shack-like research station to sneak in. I may have been a fool, but I was a clever fool and took a few moments to scope out both the station and the general area. Not a damn peep of a man nor a beast, I pondered, beginning my stealthy trek. Just about 10 minutes in, I saw a signpost, almost as if it had just popped into existence. Weird, didn't see that a second ago. Chalking that little oddity up to a trick of the dark, I turned on the red low light beam on my mag light to read the thing. In bold white letters on a field of deep beige, the metal post read, "Warning, if you can read this, you are in range of the anomaly." Anomaly, I whispered to
Or
the
just
darkness.
got really good eyesight and is further away.
Y'all,
Like me.
pro tip for nighttime activities of any sort, especially the outdoor variety, do not whisper to the darkness.
I could have read that sign if I were in New York and that sign were in Chicago. My fucking eyesight's that good.
You have shit eyesight.
No,
Just
I do.
accept it.
I have great
Accept it. You've
eyesight.
got like 15-15.
What? I don't even know what that means actually.
I don't
1550.
But I think it's a slur on your eyesight.
1550. 2020 only adds up to-
15-15.
Well, what about the other 10?
What? What are the 10?
2020, isn't it? 40.
Does it have to add up to 40?
I don't know. I assumed.
I can't have this conversation. It makes me feel like my brain is melting. I actually can't. Okay. Can we go back to the story,
Yes.
please? Y'all, pro tip for nighttime activities of any sort, especially the outdoor variety, do not whisper to the darkness. Sometimes, like that night, the dark answers back. No sooner had I loosed the words than a crack of lightning-esque energy exploded in a cobalt burst just a few feet ahead of me. I fell back at the sudden electrical blast, rubbing my pained eyes. I almost wish it had blinded me. Where the strange electricity had discharged stood something or something comprised of such a voidal obsidian that it appeared to swallow even Luna's brilliant rays. The shadow was roughly humanoid in shape, but it was just so wrong. The shadow figure's limbs were all bent, horribly backwards, its hands and feet wickedly misshapen. Fuck, it was almost as if someone had strapped it onto a table and taken a ball hammer to each of its major joints. But the worst part was the thing's face. Well, to be fair, it really didn't have a face in the corporal sense of the word, just an eternal abyssal swirl of nothing and everything all at the same time. Similar to its arms, the Shade Man's entire head was upside down, like it had been violently twisted by an otherworldly force at 180 degrees. Simply staring into that terrible whirlpool of ebony was enough to halfway shatter my mind and freeze me mid-stride to the damp earth. Each time I blinked, the Shadow Man grew closer, like it was flickering in and out of this very dimension just to reach me. I was trying with every fibre of my being to will my legs to unglue themselves from the marshy ground, but I could barely suck the damp air in and out to breathe, much less make an attempt at escape. Finally, the anomaly, for what else could the anomaly be, reached me. For a few long, agonising moments, we each stood there, looking each other up and down. I figured that I looked much like how I felt, and that was prey. It looked... Good sweet Christ. It looks hungry, I realised.
Hang on, who's talking now?
Well, I guess he's American, isn't he? He probably sounds like the vet.
I think you've
Good
done the
sweet
vet
Christ.
voice and someone else's. Good sweet Christ. Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus, hungry Christ.
I want a cheeseburger.
That thing wants me as a cheeseburger.
Now you sound like you're in the Green Mile.
Even without mortal features, the entity's intentions seemed clear. What it hungered for, however, I couldn't be sure at the time, although I had a few grim ideas. A warm trickle was easing its way down my leg. Has it just
Piss!
Piss, it's piss.
Piss! I cough, I piss.
When the shadow suddenly shot one of its malformed arms from where it was rigidly hanging by its side up to grasp me by my side. Where the hellspawn's crooked fingers held me firm, a flurry of searing bolts of the singular worst anguish I'd ever felt in my 30 years of life was sent coursing through my entire body. As the pain surged, the shade seemed to grow taller, more corporeal. I could have sworn it was laughing, though no sound emanated from the cavity. The ever-decreasing part of me that was still sane and conscious knew that I had to act, to try something, anything, before the Shadow Man drained my very essence. With a desperate internal prayer, I finally found my cachet of hidden strength and threw my own arm up to grasp the sterling silver crucifix that I still wore out of habit, ripping it off my neck and put it up against the entity's ghostly form. I don't know whether it was God, the silver, the element of surprise, or some amalgam of each that saved me. All I know is the moment that I shoved the entire thing, chain and all, down the shadow person's abyssal gullet.
For some reason, I was like, up his arse.
Up his arse. A clear way to do exorcism. Just shove the
straight
cross up the bum.
his arse.
It immediately let go of me. As soon as it did, the screaming pain mercifully ceased and my mind returned to me. A thunderous rumble quaked the entire area as my willpower finally returned in full. I tore off through the marsh, not daring even a glance behind me. I ran past the eerie sign, across the wetlands to my ford, and only breathed easy once I'd reached the comfort of my quaint ranch house. Rancho.
Could this be any more quintessentially American?
I know. All I could think about the next few hours while I sipped, in brackets, slugged, some Irish coffee and gathered every bit and bauble I had that was made of silver were Fuller's words. Government freakers indeed, old man, I muttered, draping my mum's old silver Sacred Heart pendant over my front door.
How many fucking necklaces does this person have?
He's bejibbled.
Bejibbled? Bejeweled.
I said bejeweled.
You said...
Jeez,
said
it sounded
bejibbled.
a lot like bejibbled.
It's because it fucking was, Barney. It's because it
Bejibbled.
fucking was, old man.
He's
Bejibble me crazy. Bejibble me cricket.
I'm bejibbled.
Do you know what? If I'm nothing else, I'm bejibbled.
Well, fuck me bejibbled. Consider
Well,
me bejibbled.
Bejibble me this. Bejibble me that.
It's a great word, actually.
Bejibbled. Oh, it's a great word.
I feel absolutely
what
bejibbled.
Shall we? I want it in the dictionary. What
He was
does it
bejibbled
mean?
with AIDS.
Does it mean so? Why did you go AIDS?
I just thought of a disease.
Why
and it
not
was the first-
syphilis? The old
let it go.
Bejibbled. So you want it to be riddled?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Riddled. Riddled with, what comes after that? Riddled with, you think syphilis? Is that the first thing that comes in?
Yeah.
To be fair, riddled with AIDS. is
Yeah,
the first
thank
thing
you,
that comes
right?
to my head.
Yeah, I don't mean
It just came out of nowhere. It took me by surprise.
well, we're not going to put that in anyway, are we?
What the
So,
fuck?
well, I'm not sure if that entity was created, being studied, or worse yet, used by the government, but they sure as shit knew it was there. Like as not, they knew what it was and maybe even stirred it up. As usual, they left us poor fuckers to deal with the consequences. A few days have passed since that terrible experience. Unfortunately, I think the true horror has just begun. See, while I may have escaped, I think that thing may have as well. Maybe I was just enough to fuel it, to whet its appetite. Each evening, around about midnight, I hear noises coming from my neighbours' houses. Each time it starts with a great boom and a cobalt white flash like a transformer exploding. Then the screams start. They don't go on for long, but just a couple of minutes. They sound similar to what I figure being tortured for eternity in hell might sound like. But I don't want to think about what's happening to those poor people. Each morning, I wake up to fewer and fewer neighbours. Yesterday, none of us even left our homes as far as I could tell. Not that I would know. I've essentially barricaded myself indoors since that first night. I have a plan, though. I've built my own jury-rigged trap right there in the middle of my foyer. Who has a... This man's got...
A foyer is a hallway, isn't it?
Yeah. I just think of theatre foyer.
Who has a theatre foyer in the house?
Yeah. It essentially amounts to a person-sized Faraday cage with a homemade Babylon battery. What's that?
What is going on?
Babylon battery.
What? I am quite honestly bejibbled. I've never been so bejibbled.
As for bait, well, I already know what it has a hankering for. I had to rip apart pretty much all of my property to get the materials, including my walls, driveway, car and toilet. I don't even know if it'll work, but damn it, I started this whole thing. I have to try to fix it before more people die, before that hateful shadow feeds more, before it grows strong enough to wreak whatever godforsaken plans that I'm sure it has in store for the world. Plan B is to take all of the silver and holy symbols I could find and shove them as
far up that bejibbled ass! That bitchy goddamn bejibbled ass! There's one thing I want to do is bejibble that ass! God.
with my mama's silver.
With my mama's goddamn bejibbled silver! That's it. Was that too
That's
much?
actually what his plan B is. And then he ends with, I have to go. There's thunder outside and the electricity in my home is fluttering, even though the night is calmer than a Californian yoga studio.
A California yogurt studio?
Yoga! The entity is near, searching for the prey that got away. I got one shot to make this right. Wish me luck, y'all. That was one of my faves.
That was the maddest shit
Mad
I've ever
shit.
heard. I still don't know what happened.
If you're listening to this and any electricity is going vroom, vroom, and the lights
is
are
that one?
flickering, the anomaly is nearby. What are we doing now? The hair coffee
Goosebumps.
has hit me. Oh, goosebumps.
Oh, actually, you do need to do one thing because
You've got a
the
yellow
game-
notebook, yellow
I've
top
always
and
had
yellow,
it. I've
yellow.
always had it.
That's your aura colour.
Okay, what I want you to do.
What are we doing right now?
Sorry, this is for the game, but it has to. Ideally, it has to like marinate. This bit has to marinate. So we'll do this now. Do goosebumps, and we'll do the game after. So what I want you to do is tell me what question you have for a spirit. We're gonna call on a spirit. We're gonna send them a little question.
Okay.
So what do you want to say? What do you want to say? That was fast.
Can I tell you it?
Yeah, but like, let me.
Can I say it out loud?
No. When you've done it, close the notebook. Pass it back to me.
Are you looking?
No, we'll have a look afterwards. So close the notebook. That's it.
Okay, I've done it.
Okay. I'm gonna rip it out in a minute. I won't look at it though, and then we'll do that afterwards.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
You found that question really fast.
It's burning into my retinas.
Oh my god. Okay.
You haven't complimented me on my nails, could you?
You haven't complimented me on my nails.
Your nails are really nice.
I do like that colour a lot.
Thank you. What colour would you say it is?
Peach.
Oh, I thought it was orange.
No, that is 100%. That's not
crayfish. It's called. Which just made me feel a bit gross. When
Fishy
she was
fingers.
Painting it. Yeah. Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, Susie, you got stinky fingers.
Stinky fingers.
That's the name of the episode, Susie's Stinky Fingers.
I think it should be called Bejiggled or whatever it's called.
Bejibbled.
Bejibbled.
Bejibble me crazy. Now we're going to go into the Wax Museum. Goosebumps, you choose the scare.
Reader beware, you choose the scare.
Reader beware. Hannah, you've got into all sorts of shades of shit in this story. Do you remember what's happened? You've gone through the trapdoor, then you went through the chute.
Yeah.
Then you're in that fucking
because Barney dicks around and pranks us.
Yeah, Barney's absolutely been dicking about. Now you're in that little basement where all the spiders are. And then do you remember we went through and it was a big purple room with our faces on like that?
Oh, yes.
And it had all sorts of things saying, correct lower lip, upper lip, good, adjust eye colour.
Yeah.
And then it says, Liz this is me, Liz. Liz calls you from across the room. You've got to see this, she says. It gets worse. Go to page 95. So, Liz is staring at a framed, yellowed newspaper clipping that hangs on the wall. It's about a terrible fire at Dr. Wicked's lab 3 years ago, she whispers. She points at a photo. That was his daughter. He was teaching her his secret method for making lifelike wax dummies. You lean forward and peer at the photo. It shows a girl with long black hair. Her face has been cut out of the picture. Sybil Wicked, age 14, was lost in the blaze. Sybil Wicked. You feel very cold all of a sudden, which you do. That's fucked up.
That's really weird because I feel cold. ACRC.
Liz, you say, didn't Axel say that he works for Sybil Wicked? Liz nods. Her freckled face is pale. But how, you ask? How can he work for someone who's... ... dead? Go to page 73. Okay.
I didn't pick anything, though.
No, now you do.
Oh.
I'd rather not find out, Liz declares.
Yeah.
We've got to get out of here. Come on, let's try those doors. Wait a second, you call. You've spotted a blueprint tacked to the wall by the bed. You cross the room for a closer look. Liz is right behind you. Detailed drawings show a machine that looks like a steel octopus. 8 robotic arms reach out from a round stainless steel cylinder. Each arm has a different function and is labelled clearly. Face peeler, eye popper, lip ripper, ear eraser, nose nipper, chin skinner, bone breaker, skin scaler. Heartbreaker. No, it doesn't say that then. The machine is labelled the facelifter.
Oh, we could do with
that.
that.
I know. I'd pay a lot of money to see that. Oh, gross, Liz exclaims. It lifts the features right off your face.
Lovely.
Do you think that's what's happened to Axel? Before you can answer, you hear footsteps outside the room. It's hard to tell which direction they're coming from. You need to hide. But should you risk going through one of the doors and maybe running into someone? Or should you dive under the bed? Door, bed. Dive under the bed or go through one of the doors? Is
there no option of me having one of those procedures?
No, babes. We can in Richmond if you want, but...
Well, I wouldn't have the nose nipper, as we all know mine's perfect. You might want to.
Don't start.
Have a bash at it. So I don't know what's behind the door.
No.
I'm going to go through the door then.
Okay, you're going to go through one of the doors. Page.
Because I've got a cough. I just cough under the bed.
Let's risk the doors, you decide. You never know what might be lurking under the bed. Grabbing Liz's arm, you race to the right-hand purple door and throw it open. It's a closet. and it's full of row after row of identical purple robes. The footsteps are right outside the room. No time to waste, Liz whispers. She crowds into the closet with you, then she pulls the door closed. The only light comes through a large keyhole that's just at eye level. Even with that little light, you can tell that the closet is deep. In fact, you can't find the back wall at all. Then the light vanishes. Something's blocking the keyhole. Something that shines faintly. An eye. Someone is looking at you through the keyhole. What should you do now? If you stay very still, maybe the eye won't see you. Or maybe this is the time to find out how far back the closet goes. You better decide fast. Stay still or explore the closet?
I explore the closet.
If you explore the closet, feel your way to page 38.
Oh, that's me feeling.
Okay. Going through the purple robes. How can you stay perfectly still when you're shaking like a blob of jello?
Rude.
You decide to look for another way out. Shoving Liz ahead of you, you push through the purple robes. Behind you, the closet door flies open. A familiar voice calls out, "Peekaboo!
Oh.
I see you and I'm coming to get you."
Oh, I hate that. Is that Axel?
It's Axel.
Oh,
Hurry,
no.
you mutter.
Ew, Axel is a right pedo.
Hey, Liz exclaims.
On I-10 in this. Or something like that.
Yeah, it's grim. Slutty 9. Hey, Liz exclaims. There's something here. It's a... The rest of her words are cut off. You charge towards the back of the closet, battling hanging robes out of your way. Liz, you shout, where are you? Then you smash into a flat, smooth surface. It feels like glass and it's moving. You're in a revolving door. You spin through the revolving door and stumble out on the other side. Ahead of you stretches a long room, but you only get a glimpse of it because there's nothing under your feet. You're falling! Plunge.
What was that? A fucking stage
To
direction?
page 97, and that's where we'll leave
Oh my
it.
god, that was great.
Page to page 97.
Well,
Well,
I don't know where
thrilling.
Where this is going to
We're having such a lovely adventure, aren't we?
It's a fun adventure that is to dip in and out of.
chased by a raging pedo through a closet.
Absolutely.
It's the Narnia that never was.
Okay, now that your message has marinated in the spirit sauce, that was quite a nice analogy, wasn't it?
I did quite
I'm
like
gonna
that.
I'm gonna not.
Bejingled.
I'm not gonna look at the question.
Don't look at it.
Okay, Susie, here's what I need you to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me get the thing out.
Quite excited for this, actually.
Okay, it's a little bit. Let's see if it'll fuck it. Okay, what I need you to do in a minute is close your eye. Well, I need you to hold your thing out here. Go over to
Hold
the door.
your thing out here.
I'm going to give you the paper in a minute. I'm trying not to look at the question. You need to have it face up like this. You need to go to the door and you need to knock on the door 3 times, right? And you need to say, "Spirits, answer my message. Spirits, answer my message. Spirits, answer my message."
I knock on the door.
Yeah, knock it. Well, we've only got one door, so. And then push it underneath the door. You need to put this under the door, but there's not much.
There is. There might be.
Okay.
So what am I doing?
Hold it out like this with your thing on top. Just don't look at the paper.
Like that.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Keep the thing. Go over there and put it under the crack. Really get in the zone, Susie.
What if someone comes at the thing?
Well, tough titties.
No, I'm not looking. I don't want to look in there. If someone appears there, I'll shit my fucking pants.
It could be. That could be the ghost we've been looking for.
What am I doing now?
Slide it under the door.
If Lewis appears there, I'm going to absolutely shit.
Lewis, if you're listening,
Don't.
can you please come to the door?
Do
Put the thing underneath it.
Spirit, answer my message.
Yeah. But no, you need to knock on the. Listen, knock on the door. Really close your eyes. Get in the zone and say it 3 times.
Spirit, answer my message. Spirit, I don't like it. You're about to scare me. Spirit, answer my message. Spirit, answer my message. Now what?
Now put it underneath the door.
It won't go under.
Okay. Open the door. Push it in there. Put it down. Put it down. Quick. Close the door. Okay. We need to wait for 3 minutes.
What do you mean?
We need to wait for 3 minutes and the spirit will have answered the message.
Sake. That was actually quite scary.
Okay, we're going to put the thing down. While we wait, shall we check the tarot?
Really good idea.
Should we
Yeah.
check the tarot while we wait? So we've got to wait 3 minutes. The spirit is going to come
Really didn't
and
like
answer
that.
our message. And then you can tell us what your question was when you go and get it back. If it's there. Oh, by the way, if you go back and it's not there, that means the spirit's taking it. It's answering back.
Do you know what I wrote on that?
No, I didn't see it.
Did you see?
No, I didn't see.
What did it say?
Okay.
Oh no, wait till after. Okay. So here's the tarot card that also got my attention. Are you ready? I've been quite excited about it.
Some cups.
Cups again. The 3 of cups.
3 of cups.
3 of cups.
3 ladies dancing. That's me, Suzie, and Barney.
That is.
The ladies,
That'll
the
be us-
gals,
That'll be us on the road trip.
the gal pals.
With some wine in the local pub near
Oh,
Chillingham Castle.
lovely.
Aww.
What?
It says the 3 is the card of friendship and camaraderie. It actually is. What did
Barney's
you
like,
say?
don't give a
Well, no,
fuck.
it says 3 of cups symbolises success and growth.
Fuck
That's
off. I
fucking
love
great.
that.
It says it encourages a happy gathering with one's closest friends. And
Well-
also, we just said that's us with some wine in Chillingham. Fuck.
Okay, well, I'm thrilled with that.
bejingled. I'm
I'm
bejingled.
bejingled, I'm bejibbled, I'm bedazzled, I'm Okay, we've got 1.5 minutes left. before
What,
you
for
have
it to
go and
marinate
check it.
outside?
For it to marinate. It's a bit minging, the idea of that marinating. Imagine now all the spirits are just touching the paper and answering.
Poor Jenny's going to take it as part of her bed.
Who?
Oh my god,
Poor
poor
Jenny.
Jenny.
If that's gone, I'm going to shit myself.
What if someone's out there? I don't like that.
I don't know how.
You wait until you see what I've written.
Why is it bad? Is it about me?
No, it's not great.
What do you mean it's not
You
great?
have to see.
Is it problematic?
It's not problematic. Doesn't say coots. Doesn't say AIDS. Bejingled. Bedangled.
Bejibbled.
Bejibbled. Did you know that the Vatican,
I've got whiplash.
the Vatican have set up a phenomena investigative unit? So
We could do that. They should have got us to do that.
I know. They've actually got like Catholic ghost huns as a paid thing.
Fuck's sake.
I want to apply, and I think we should all do it
I think we should go.
on behalf of the Catholic Church. By the way, go and watch Russell Crowe in The Pope's Exorcist.
Oh, was it good?
It was fucking great. I really enjoyed it. His Italian accent is absolutely worse than mine.
Is it? That's quite.
Actually, for a lot of the film,
I
he
saw
just
the
speaks
trailer, it was
Italian.
quite- What? Full
Yeah,
Ita-
Russell
actual
is
Italian?
just speaking Italian for most of the film, and I was like, I didn't expect that. And actually, that bit is good. It's just when he
Russell
goes
Crowe-
into English-speaking Italian.
Can Russell Crowe speak Italian? It's been 3 minutes.
Okay.
Go and get your car.
No, you
Go
have
get-
to.
No, it's
No,
not.
you have to.
Suzie, that's not the way it works.
I don't want to. This cat's gone video. I don't like it. I don't like it. What have you done?
I haven't done anything. What can I do? I've been here the whole time.
Fuck me. Oh no, this is horrible.
Where is it?
Here. Fuck's sake. What have you put on the back?
I haven't done anything. Is that tits?
What have you put on the back of that?
Oh, it says dead.
No, it doesn't. What are you on about?
It does. I haven't done.
Sorry.
I
No,
gave
no,
you.
no,
you
no,
Have you
you've
seen
got
me do
someone-
anything?
You've got someone to write on that.
Have you seen me do anything?
Did you write on the back of that?
No, I promise you.
You did.
No. Why would I write on the back? When
say?
I've had that.
I saw the page. There was nothing on it.
And you also saw me here,
Yeah.
not holding it.
Someone's
I'm
written
laughing
on that.
because who? When have we left?
Are you serious?
I swear to you, I haven't written anything.
No. Okay. Well then.
The reason I'm
Lewis,
not surprised is because I think that you've done it.
When the fuck did
How?
I do
Well,
it?
you know when she was writing the question down, she could have easily just.
No, again, I watched her
Okay,
write it.
Lewis, if you're listening, and I know you are, that's you, isn't it? I know it. Yes, it is you. It is. I
It
could-
must be Lewis. Very good though,
What the
Lewis.
fuck does it say? Okay, I'll take a photo of that.
What was your question?
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
yeah, what was the question?
Who lives beneath the Adelphi? And you were talking about poor Jenny.
And that just says dead. Does it say dead or death or something?
Can't- It looks like it says. Oh my god! It actually does say dead. It says dead.
Show me.
No, it's.
Is that Lewis? Very good. Very good involvement in the thing.
Fuck's sake. Do you know what? We have to get out of here.
What does
is
that
grim.
say?
That is absolutely grim. Also, how could that have been Lewis? Because I didn't see a light go on, and I'm assuming those are
Am I
sensors.
being paranoid? Or does that look a little bit like Jenny? Like, and
Stop. I've actually got goosebumps. I don't like that. Because I didn't see anyone come past. I would have seen someone. Unless you set this whole fucking prank up to get me back.
Why would I have set
nice
that
one,
up?
guys. You've set me up.
No, Barney, will you tell her? When have we... Do you know what? You can look at our messages on WhatsApp. We have not set... I promise you.
When I went to the loo, you told Lewis to come and write
You didn't go to the loo. When did you go to the loo?
When I went earlier.
When did you...
That actually could be Jenny, you know.
I actually don't remember you...
Jenny Dev.
I actually don't remember you going to the loo.
That looks like Jenny Dev.
How could I have even set that up if I don't even know what you wrote?
Well, that's been episode 22.
I didn't know what the question
Thanks for
was.
joining us.
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
Why do you keep haunting this
I'm
place?
going to go for a bottle of wine.
Yeah, we need to have a bottle of wine.
See you next week, hopefully, if we're not dead by dead Jenny. Poor Jenny.
How would I know?
I don't know.